Please subscribe to help you and your motorcycle perform better.
Yes, sir.
This guy, Ricardo, he's changing tires from 200 to 255 to 260.
Same brand?
Same brand, Dunlop, yeah. But he's going with it. But as far as I know, it's 6 millimeter higher. The tire is 6 millimeter higher. So what adjustment he has to do? He needs to drop the front one or raise it up?
He's on line number 3, I think, right now. He needs to go to line number 2.
Okay, but he didn't want to change in the beginning, but I don't have soft 255.
Okay, that's fine. So put him on the 60,
okay.
Let him ride it, and then he'll probably come in for a geometry change.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
First question, what kind of pressure should I be running?
Pressure should be somewhere on these around 29 to 31 cold. What did you start with?
I started 29, 25.
Ooh, it's too low in the rear.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and put that rear up. Okay. Did your session just finished?
Yeah.
Okay. So let it go cold.
Okay.
Do you have a shade structure or shade?
We're in a garage, yeah.
Okay, so let it go. And then just before you leave, go ahead and bump the pressure up to 30 in the rear.
Okay.
And then go out and then come back in. Because while the tire pressure is that low, it's squishy and all over the place.
Yeah.
So handling wise, it's not very confidence inspiring.
Okay.
So bump that to 30, run the next session. Do you have a zip tie on the right leg?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Do you have a jumper pack?
I don't, but the pink canopy, the Venom canopy, yeah, she's got one. Yes, Bruce?
Tire read.
Pressure's good.
Yeah, that one. The right side on that one.
You're cold tearing. Pressure's too high. Yeah. Take 1.5 pounds out of it.
How about my
Okay.
on a 600? I'm not used to it.
That's bottomed.
That is bottomed.
25 mil is bottom.
Okay.
You got it. Just got a whole bunch made.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome.
You have little ones for forks?
I don't have fork ones, no. I just have these for now.
That'll work.
I'll get some fork ones done.
Okay. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you. What was this? SP, right? 2.
2, SP1.
Okay, so you want cold pressures? Because they're not cold.
Well,
That's not cold.
it's over there just right of me.
So normally you want 22
22.
and 32.
Okay, and then hot when I come in and check them.
So it should be +4.
Okay, so 22 and 30.
So you should be 26 minimum here
and 36.
and 36. That will work for this morning. I'm going to track the temperature gain because it was really slow yesterday, and then right after noon to 2 it just went straight up because we didn't get any wind like we usually do.
Okay.
Normally 24 would be the go-to pressure on that, but the track isn't warm yet. So we'll probably end up adding 2 PSI 11-ish,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Okay, 25. Perfect.
2232, yes, and I'll let you go put it in the shade. So you go all the way down to here.
Yeah, you're right.
So you got plenty of travel left.
Okay.
So this isn't your issue. All that rubber balls and stuff we had on the tire here from yesterday is gone. Cleaned it right off. So what's happening is you're going too deep in the travel too quick.
Oh, so on the brakes earlier.
So because you have no adjustability, what we need to do is extend the braking area,
Okay.
not try and condense it, right?
Right. I see. Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
So at this point, extend it, time your engine braking as well to use both together,
Yeah, I got a lot of that.
and then run in there and pick your entry speed up in the corner versus brake.
So
Okay,
brake a little
go.
bit earlier than other.
Brake longer.
Longer, sorry, yeah. Longer, earlier and lighter. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How are you? Ready to go?
What do you do with air today?
What do you recommend?
What do you recommend? $12.99 with track day Pirellis.
Track day Pirellis?
Yes.
DOTs? Oh, the track day Pirellis would be the SPs?
Yes.
Is that correct?
It's close, yeah.
Okay, so the gain should be 4 to 5 when you come off the track. Yesterday, track temp at 142 in the afternoon. So, as you're experienced, we don't want to start too low. So at this point, you want to start 29 rear and 31 front.
Cold, right?
Cold.
Yeah.
but this isn't cold. This is afternoon temperatures from spring, right? So we got to go higher because ambient is higher, and therefore rubber temperature is higher, which will give you a higher pressure read. So start there, and when you come off the track, third session, because first one is wake up, second one everybody kind of gets in line, third session in the morning is the best one. When you come in, and it should be 4-5 in that range.
So with warmers, 29.
If you're using street tires, just set it, and with street tires you should only be on the warmers for 20 minutes. It just needs to warm up.
Okay.
It doesn't need the heat like race tires do.
Okay.
So you got to be careful there because you make them gooey and they melt and slide around when you go out.
Right. Okay.
So 20 minutes on high for the first thing in the morning, and then on low the rest of the day.
We're going to do a double group. That's probably going to make a difference too, no?
You're doing 2 groups,
Yes.
back to back?
Yes.
You got a bag of creatine with you?
We take a week off.
Gallons
after
of
that. Yeah,
water?
we're crazy like that, I know.
We'll see.
You're getting 2 IVs, saline drips as you're riding around. In that case, make it quality, right? If you've got literally 40 minutes of riding time, do bursts of 4, 5, 6 laps and come in.
Yeah.
You got all the time in the world, but leverage that this morning. Once we hit 1 o'clock yesterday, it was hello.
Yeah.
So then number of laps drop off and number of bursts increase. So people were doing 3 laps, come in, go work on another section, go back out. And doing 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, finish in. And got a lot more achieved rather than just going around dripping sweat and making mistakes everywhere.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because all they're bringing back then is negative behavior and reinforcing it by staying out, making the same mistakes. So.
Well, we're probably going to skip probably in
for
between.
sure, yeah.
Well, you've got all day,
crazy,
right?
yeah.
We missed
So
yesterday.
leverage the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
So start there, and like I said, by the 3rd session, if you're going to run doubles, if you run the first double, then you check it at the end of the first double.
Okay. See how
All right?
so 4 psi needs to be
4-5 is your ideal gain.
Okay.
So 35.
So I'm 30. I'm now 31 front. I'm 27 rear on my KTM.
Okay.
So, and I'm gonna come to you, by the way, after I do the double session for you to make adjustments.
Okay.
So it can warm up
So you're too low in the rear, bump it.
a little bit. Okay.
How much torque have you got?
Too much.
Right. So what's it going to do to the shape of the tire?
It's gonna kill it.
It's going to flatten it out completely, which will accelerate your wear by 40%.
So maybe do 29 in the rear.
Would you please? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We'll
right.
see you at the riders
Thank you so
meeting.
much. See you later. Okay, guys.
Definitely more stable under
Okay.
braking.
Yep.
I feel more confident in the front end
Okay.
and the turn entry.
And that's where we need for there. Now, there's a price to pay, right? Stability over there could mean harder to keep online here. So
On the fast parts.
on this section of the track, which is much faster, did you have to work harder?
No, it was good.
Okay. So at that point, we got a win-win. Bigger tire, bike on its nose more, a bit more preload to compensate for that. And then the next thing to do is stop here on your way out for your next run. I'm going to take 2 clicks of compression out of the shock to just sit it back a tiny bit.
Okay.
That'll give it more compliance over the bumps, especially that side, for high speed work, so it doesn't want to judder. And see if that is favorable on both sides of the track, both halves. Okay?
Okay, got it.
All right. So, good, more positive results.
Yeah. And I noticed, like on the sweeper before, it was used to almost turn for me. And that, I got.
So once you go too inverted, it pushes, it won't turn at all until you get hard on the gas. The chassis flattens out, now it'll go. So in making the front stiffer, we raise the travel point. So now if we drop a tiny bit out of the rear, can we have it much more neutral from that? Okay? Tire pressure for today.
Yeah.
So,
What are these?
they're Pirellis, they are SC2 rear and a 1 front. Okay, so same thing, 22 cold, or do you want warmer pressures?
I don't know how they work though.
Okay, so 22 and 30.
22, 30.
Yeah, as soon as you can.
Okay.
It's already, actually that's too warm, so 24,
Okay.
30.
24, 30.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And do that before the riders meeting.
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Dave Moss can tune your suspension no matter where you are on the planet via his remote tuning service. Contact Dave on Facebook or by email, dave@davemosstuning.com.